Hey everyone, this is the Trader Investor. I want to show you where the pound is heading, pound versus the US dollars. So as you know, I will always draw my order blocks, especially on currency pairs, because they tend to move from order block to order block continuously. The overall market, this is a daily chart. The overall market is in an uptrend. Because we're in an uptrend, I'm only looking to enter long. I'm only looking to enter those positions when I test order blocks. So right now we're sitting at an order block, but we haven't gone in it and we haven't mitigated this order block yet. But I want to show you something quite interesting and why I'm expecting what I'm expecting. This area that I just drew, double bottom, this is liquidity. This is liquidity that the market is going to come after. People who saw retail investors, that's what I mean by people. People who saw price comes down, rebounds, comes down again, and retests this support. And this is what we're learning is at support, go long, they went long. So institutions, they know very well there's a lot of liquidity sitting here. A lot of liquidity sitting here. So what am I waiting for? What am I going to do in this instance? I am waiting for price to give me indication. One, structure is broken. And two, structure is broken after an entry into an order block. So I want to see price do this. I want to see price do this first, clearing out all these order blocks, and it could also do this to clear out the other side of the liquidity once retailers go short, thinking this support is broken. Once they feel that this support is broken, they're going to go short and they will get stopped out here again. So this liquidity is here now on the other side, right? Because we're above it. But as soon as we cross and many retailers enter on the short side, there will be liquidity on the other side, and the institutions are going to come clear that liquidity. Once they clear that liquidity, what I want to see is price really close this order block, mitigate it completely, and then break of structure. When we have break of structure, when we have higher lows and we break the highs and make new higher highs, this is when I know this move is over. When this move is over, we have a break of structure, we can enter with confidence because our long-term outlook is bullish. This is just a temporary pullback into an order block, and we are going to target the other side and new order blocks. I don't know at what point this is going to happen. I don't know if price is going to come fulfill this order block, mitigate it first before it enters here. I'm not entering short position here because my long-term outlook is bullish. So if it enters here and decides it doesn't want to mitigate this and it continues to drive up and breaks structure, then I'm also entering long position. So on either side of these two order blocks is what I'm expecting pound versus dollar to go. So I just wanted to give you this setup. We have this big liquidity waiting for us, and what are we going to do with this liquidity? What I mean by what are we going to do with it is how are we going to treat it? Are we going to treat it to go long, or are we going to treat it as liquidity that institutions are going to come clear those stops? They're going to hunt those stops, clear them, reverse clear them, and then it's going to do what it wants to do. We will know the real intention of the move once they clear this liquidity. So it's very important that they clear this liquidity for me to have a strong bias. If they don't clear it, I'm pretty sure they'll clear it at some point, because we have another order block as a headwind not too far away. So it's very, very likely that if it doesn't clear this liquidity right away, price is going to go in there and come back to clear that liquidity, comes back, fulfills this order block, all mitigation will be done, and then, as I showed you earlier, I'm expecting this to happen. So this is how I'm looking at pound versus dollar. So we're very close to it. So every day, just monitor it, because it's very, very close to an entry. It could be 2-3 days, a week out, but it's important to monitor daily in order to do that. And as a bonus, let's just look at euro. Euro has just cleared an order block, and it is entering another order block, the same similar order block that we saw in pound, but pound hasn't entered it yet, but euro has entered it. So what I'm expecting is price to continue to drive up, because my very long-term outlook is bullish. We have come down quite significantly. This is a significant price down, and I can do a fib retracement, and we see that we have come down 38%. So I'm expecting price to either reverse and continue our bullish momentum, or it might want to come and test the 50%, the 68% retracements. That's also fine, but my entry here, what I'm expecting is to clear this order block, makes a new higher high, higher low, and we enter at this level here, and we ride it to the next order block. And I can't give you any stops targets yet, because we need to see this formed. We need to have a logical higher lows where we can put a stop. I don't want to have a wild guess. So this was not about euro, this was just a bonus. I just like where the euro is set up as well as the pound, but the pound, really look at this liquidity. This liquidity is very, very critical. Take care of this liquidity before you make a strong decision. I mean, you can dabble with a very, very small position, but I highly recommend you check out this liquidity. See what are they going to do this liquidity, and this liquidity lines up beautifully with order block. So let's clear this liquidity and then continue our bullish momentum, because that's where we are. We don't have a significant pullback. We have a pullback, but it's not that significant, right? It's the same. It's a 38.2% retracement. So it's not a deep retracement. We're not at the 61.8. We're not at the 50%. It's not a deep retracement. So just make sure you're taking a look at that as well. But there's liquidity. So be careful with this liquidity as you enter your positions. And this liquidity is going to clear you on both sides. So I just want to give you a little heads up that we have this liquidity here. So this is what I'm looking for the pound versus US dollar, GBPUSD. That's my setup. So we'll come back in a couple of days, see what happens here. All right, take care everyone.